check out this little ESC. It's called the Paso, I believe. Furitek Paso. On-off switch built in. This is IC2 connector. Look at that tiny little sensor wire. Those look delicate. And the Furitek mount's pretty nice. This is where your ESC is going to sit on top of, I believe. Because the stock one is a ESC receiver combo, and it also is the servo mount. But now this is your aluminum servo mount replacement. And the Furitek Kinetic 2435 5600 kV motor. It's an in-runner, brushless motor, censored. And that's where your sensor wire is going to go into right there. And this adapter right here you're going to need to plug it into a regular receiver, because this side plugs into this port right here. And this piece goes around the motor to accommodate your stock heatsink. So you can put your heatsink on here and have your fan running on that, keep things nice and cool still. So let's see how simple it is to get everything swapped over in here. So first things first, I'm going to unplug everything from the ESC receiver combo. Now that I have that off. So now let's get these screws out of here. Top brace is a little hard to get off sometimes. You have to really yank it off there. And there you go. You just kind of have to evenly pry around it, because if you just yank on one side and not evenly try to get it out, it won't come off. There you go. Now the motor comes out on the mount. Let's get this ESC receiver combo out. It's going to be these screws right here. So now we have this. You can either pop it off the arm or try to unscrew the servo like so. It's going to be a 1.5, I believe. There you go. I can settle the servo back in its position, which is like so. And now the ESC receiver mount combo. This is just not only is it a 2-in-1, it's a 3-in-1. It's an ESC receiver and mount, servo mount. Yep. So now that comes out. Could use that for something else. Now the new servo mount just mounts the servo up the exact same way the old one mounted. And that spacer and screw. Now let's get that oriented the same way it's supposed to be. Make sure you're not pinching any wires. And then remount that back down here. There you go, fully installed. So now, to get these two screws out of here and the pinion gear, because we're going to reuse all that onto this motor. Looks like it's going to be a 1.5. Take it easy because I don't want to strip it. Just slowly. There you go. It cooperated. And that's it. Slide that off. And now these two are going to be a 2.0. So if you look through here, it's like that will match, that won't match, and that might match, but I think it's this one. Oh no, I messed up. This is the top and that's the bottom. So you want this to be facing up. This section right here is supposed to be slotted into that section, so I have it upside down. Now the motor would do this, which is not good. So all I gotta do is unscrew this and do a 180. And I have it on there. Now we can put that down like so. And now we can actually space this pinion gear properly. So we have it meshing right there. Looks like about a good mesh. Oh, back itself back here, but all you're gonna do is try to center that right on there so you have the teeth, you know, fully in contact with each other. Tighten it a bit just so it stays there. Then we can pull this back out and tighten this back all the way. Now we can safely tighten it without stripping anything. And there you go. And that just goes back in there. There you go. Everything should still be good with the mesh because you didn't change anything. Motor's still in the same location, you're still using the same pinion. Everything should be good. Now we can put this brace back on. And always make sure you're not pinching any wires. Now I always like to make sure everything went smoothly. Everything still rolls good. Steering smooth. Alright, next step. I don't know where my receiver is. So I'm going to be using my Hobby Porter transmitter right here, HP007. This goes by a different name now. I keep on forgetting, but I'll put it up here if I remember. And this receiver right here is waterproof. Not only is it waterproof, it has a built-in gyro. And I've tested both, and they work fine for this situation. This gyro is not good enough for drifting for sure, but for keeping stuff stable, this thing works pretty good. It's also fully adjustable on the transmitter, the rate or the gain of this gyro, so you can make it less aggressive or more aggressive of a gyro. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to mount that up there. And I do like this radio. It's got pretty good range, just like the FlySky GT3Cs, GT3Bs, and you know, just good range. It's a good transmitter in general. So get that off of there. And let's just install this guy. It's probably gonna scratch the motor up a little bit, but better a scratched up motor than an overheated motor. Yeah, I think it's thermal paste. Look at that. The way it just oozes out the sides when I press down on it. Always a good job when there's attention to detail, you know? And they're generous enough to include a little bit of double-sided tape here. Receiver is clean, so it can receive its double-sided sticky tape. There you go. See, but it sticks really good. I just have a little corner right there on my fingernail and it's stuck to me. Just a little bit centered. There you go. The rest of the double-sided tape on the back of the ESC. Oh, up here. And now I can plug in the wires. Looks like they're keyed here, so you can't turn it the wrong way. It only goes in one way. And that's installed. Now be gentle with these tiny little wires right here. Make sure you plug it in the right way with the blue to the left when you're looking at the way I'm looking at it. Push down on that without touching the wires. There you go. I think I have that all the way seated in there. Don't forget this cable. This has to go to your ESC, so it converts this mini plug into your actual regular servo style plug. Negative is towards the outside of this casing, so it's going to face this way with your negative wire towards the outside. Then you're going to grab your servo. You're going to face it the same way as well. And we're going to get our fan. And we can just throw it out onto any of the spare channels you have on your receiver. If you're not using the same receiver, usually one of your receivers, you could just use your channel 3 or channel 4 spare channel. There you go. Always turn on the radio first. And with a little rig like this, I always recommend plug it in and hang on when you turn it on. There you go. Oh man, the throttle is really smooth. Man, that's just 2S. It's capable of doing 3S. I can't wait to see how this feels driving this around now. For this transmitter, we can go in here. We can go to SVC, so that's stability control. Stability vehicle control, I believe. See, it's off right now. Scroll up to turn it on. And then you can check whether it's correcting the right way or not. Oh, we have to actually, oops. So now I have the LFU section. I have it turned all the way up. Once you can tell, the servo is correcting the right direction. So that's going to give us stability control. And you can adjust how much you want right here. All the way up to 15 is the number. So 15 increments of adjustment. And if it's correcting the wrong way, and then go to the RBU and then turn that on. As you can tell, since mine was set the right way earlier, now it's doing it the wrong way. So if it's going the wrong way, just set that the other side. Well guys, there you go. Now we have a brushless Mojave Grom right here. This is the way it should be for us more into the hobby that like the little minis. You know, the minis are not always for beginners. They're not always for novices. There's some guys like me that have been in the hobby that just love to run micros and minis. They're just fun, you know. Sometimes they just take everywhere kind of rig. It's just more simple than bringing a 6 scale or something big with you, you know what I mean? So why not have it fast too? I mean, this thing right here will surprise a lot of people now for sure, and especially on 3S, this thing probably rips.
I get that on camera. Whoa! Oh, into the pit.
Well, there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as usual, stay safe out there, go have fun, and run that RC.